Hey guys, my name is Ashley and I'm 29 years old. Buckle up because I've got a wild tale to share about the time I got myself into a sticky situation by marrying the ultimate mama's boy. So there I was, getting to know Hunter, my now husband. At first, I thought he just had a really close relationship with his mom. You know, the kind where they share everything and he seeks her advice on life decisions. It seemed sweet at the time, right? Little did I know I was signing up for more than I bargained for. Hunter, God love him, was a kind, sweet guy, but when it came to his mom, let's just say he was glued at the hip. At first, I brushed it off because, hey, who doesn't love their mom? Little did I know this mama's boy thing was about to take on a whole new level. When we took the plunge and moved in together, that's when it hit me like a ton of bricks. Melinda, and this habit of dropping by unannounced, and it was never for a casual cup of tea. Nope. It was to inspect my cooking, criticize my cleaning, and drop not so subtle hints that I wasn't up to par for her precious son. There was this one time she flat out suggested that Hunter should move back in with her. I mean, seriously? And the fireplace, when did you dust this place last? Literally yesterday. So why is it so dusty? Please show me where the dust is, because at this point I think you're seeing things. Mum, our place is clean. We do a good job. We take turns cleaning, obviously. Ha. How pathetic. If Hunter was with me, I wouldn't let him lift a finger. He's my precious baby angel. How could he do any household chores? Hunter? Seriously? Yeah, I mean, it's true. She wouldn't make me do any of this. Wow. Make you? I know your mom is always kissing your ass, but doing housework is always a team effort. Ugh. Are you going to let her talk to you that way? You know what? You're better off moving back with me. What? She clearly doesn't care about you. You need to come back to me. So after Melinda said that crap about wanting Hunter to move back in with her, I was seriously on the fence about continuing this relationship. I couldn't deal with the mama's boy drama. It was wreaking havoc on my mental health, and I definitely wasn't signing up for that kind of family dynamic. When Hunter proposed the first time, I had to hit the brakes. There were way too many red flags, and we needed to sit down and have a serious talk. He took the rejection like a trooper, and we decided to take a break to figure things out. We promised to reconvene and hash out the details at a later time. When the time came, I laid it all out for him. I spilled my concerns about his unhealthy attachment to his mom, how it was making me uncomfortable, and that we needed to set some boundaries if we were going to make this work. I flat out told him that if he continued to be weird with his mom and act like the super obsessive mama's boy, as well as excusing his mom's weird behavior, then I couldn't be with him. Surprisingly, Hunter had a moment of clarity. I think our time apart had also knocked some sense into him. I realized he didn't want to lose me, and he agreed to put some distance between himself and his mom, and agreed with my boundaries. Now, Melinda wasn't too thrilled about this new arrangement. She even threatened not to come to our wedding if Hunter dared to enforce those boundaries. We tried to reason with her, but she took it super personally that I told her son to cut the umbilical cord. The texts I got from her were nasty, wishing all sorts of bad things my way just so she could have her baby back. But I stood my ground. I told her that she should be happy for her son, that he'd found someone to love. Maybe she thought he'd need her forever, but it was time for a reality check. Our wedding day arrived, and surprisingly, Melinda made an appearance, but her body language screamed displeasure. She refused to take pictures, avoided the food, and sat in a corner sulking while everyone else was turning up and celebrating. Frankly, I would have preferred if she hadn't shown up at all with that attitude. Her behavior got on my nerves, and it worried Hunter too. He still cared deeply for his mom, and seeing her like this bothered him. It was understandable. Our wedding might not have been the picture-perfect dream, but it was a good day overall. On our wedding night, Hunter and I had a heart-to-heart about everything. He showed me his genuine concern for his mom, admitting he'd never seen her act this way. It was then I decided I needed to make an effort to mend bridges. Hunter was excited about the idea, hopeful that things would work out. Little did we know what was in store. "Don't worry, everything's going to work out just fine." "Thanks, babe. I'm sure she'll appreciate the effort." "Let's hope so." After a couple of weeks, I decided to reach out to my mother-in-law for a heart-to-heart, and to my surprise, she was somewhat receptive to everything. While she wasn't jumping for joy, she didn't look like she wanted to gouge my eyes out either, so I considered it a win. I told her that I didn't appreciate how possessive she was over her son and how it was affecting our relationship. She seemed to understand where I was coming from when I asked her to put herself in my shoes, and I was so glad at how well she was taking everything. She then told me that for the longest time it was just her and Hunter. Their dad was out of the picture when Hunter turned 5, and so sometimes she doesn't know how to let go when she needs to. I was so happy because we finally seemed to find some middle ground. She promised to try and keep the peace with me, and I promised the same. I appreciated her effort, and for a brief moment I thought we were on the path to a normal relationship. Oh, how wrong I was. Her niceness only lasted about a month. A month! Slowly but surely, she began to be passive-aggressive towards me. She'd invite Hunter out and exclude me, whereas before, she'd happily take both of us to her favorite cafes and restaurants. It was starting to grate on my nerves, so I decided to talk to Hunter about it. "Hunter, I've had it up to here with your mom." "I know. She said that she'd do better, but these things take time." "I know that, but I think it's deliberate. I mean, she was actually being nice for a month, so she can be nice. So why change all of a sudden?" "I don't know. Healing can be a journey with a lot of bumps on the road, you know. Just be a bit more patient with her, please." "Fine. I've been chatting you up to her, you know. I've been telling her about how amazing you are. Don't worry, she's going to come around soon enough. Just wait and see." Just like Hunter told me, I decided to wait it out. I continued to hold up my end of the bargain, always being nice to her and including her in my plans, but it was never reciprocated. By the time Hunter and I were celebrating our 1-year anniversary, I was done trying to appease her. I even warned Hunter not to be surprised if I wasn't happy when she was around. It just felt so unfair, the way she was treating me. Hunter started to notice how bad it was getting, and whenever he clocked Melinda's passive-aggressive comments towards me, he would tell her to stop. She'd get really mad, accusing Hunter of disrespecting her, but he was just sticking up for me. I felt bad for him because I could see how conflicted he was feeling. But I was conflicted too. I just didn't understand why his mother was so obsessed with making me feel like crap. Then the day of our wedding anniversary came, and boy, was that a doozy. You see, Melinda made a huge point to get Hunter a specific present, but she said she couldn't get me anything. This was the last straw, and I was on the verge of fighting her. I started yelling at her, asking her what her problem was and why she hated me so much. This was the last straw, and I was on the verge of fighting her. I started yelling at her, asking her what her problem was, and why she hated me so much. Hunter tried to stop me, but it was too late. "What are you talking about? Why are you yelling at me?" "Because you're crazy. Hunter, you need to put a muzzle on your wife before I do." "Everyone, please, let's calm down. How do you only get your son a present, not even a present we can both enjoy, and you forget about me? What is wrong with you?" "I don't owe you anything." "You're just mad because you wish it was you who married your son and not me, huh? You're the one who wished you walked down the aisle. Just because your man left you, it doesn't mean that you can try and steal mine." "Ashley, that's enough." "No, Hunter. I'm sick of this shit. Your mom has been pissing me off and I can't take it anymore. I'm done. I love you, but I can't do this." I grabbed my keys and headed to the car that Hunter and I shared. I was driving aimlessly for a couple of hours, ignoring both Hunter and Melinda's calls. I just needed some time to clear my head. When I finally returned home that night, I found Hunter sitting by the door. He looked like he was crying. I felt so bad, but I needed to do what was right for me. Right when I was about to tell him that we needed to get a divorce, he told me something shocking. Babe, you're home. Oh my God, I was so worried. Please, before you say anything, I need to tell you what I did. I cut my mom out of my life. You what? I cut her out. Right when you left, we got into a really bad fight, and well, I told her that I couldn't be her son anymore. I told her that I choose you. Every single day I'll choose you. From here on out, she's not going to disrespect you. I swear it on everything. As long as I'm breathing, I'll make sure to protect you from her. I'm so sorry for how much she's hurt you, and I'm sorry for not being a better husband. I want to make things right between us. Please say you'll forgive me. I didn't even know what to say. I was speechless. He started breaking down again, and my heart was melting all over again. Baby, I love you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate all of this. Babe, I swear, she will never bother us again. Please don't let us go. After Hunter's beautiful apology, I decided to stay. I mean, who wouldn't? He seemed to be very serious. I had never met someone willing to cut off their family for me, and I wasn't about to turn this type of love down. It was complete radio silence from Melinda's end, though. Unsurprisingly, she hadn't called or texted or even apologized. She had left the home hours ago, and when I checked, it seemed like she had blocked me, while she was still texting Hunter and begging for his forgiveness. Hunter said he wanted to block her, but I told him not to. For some reason at that moment I was feeling a bit bad for her. She had already lost her son, and I didn't want her to lose complete contact with him. So I told him not to block her. But I wish I told him to, because maybe I wouldn't have ended up in this mess. You see, a month had gone by, and that was the most peaceful month of our marriage. Without Melinda bothering us, Hunter and I were happier than ever. Then all of a sudden I got a call from Melinda. Hunter and I were together in the kitchen when we saw my phone ring. He told me not to answer it, but I said that I had to because it might be important. Even though Hunter hadn't blocked his mom, he was definitely ignoring her calls and texts. I assumed that it had to be something serious if she had to call me. Oh, thank goodness you picked up. I was getting so worried. Melinda, are you okay? Well, no, I haven't heard from you two in a month, and I'm worried sick about you two. Even me? Look, Ashley, I wanted to tell you I'm so sorry for everything. I know I've been unkind to you. I didn't just call you to check in. I wanted to tell you. I got you a present. Really? Yes. It was quite a rotten thing of me to do, excluding you like that, so consider this an apology for everything. That's really thoughtful of you, Melinda. I appreciate you taking accountability. So, what did you get me? Well, I got you a car. A car? Oh, Melinda, you didn't have to do that. Nonsense. It was the least I could do. You've really been patient with me when I didn't deserve it, and so for that I think a car would do you good. Besides, it's time you two stop sharing that car. Hunter can have the old one, and you can have this one. Wow, Mom, I don't know what to say. That's really big of you. Hunter, you're speaking with me? How much of this did you hear? I was here for the whole thing. I kept quiet because I wanted to see if you really had changed, and it seems like you have. You don't know how happy this makes me. We need to all sit down for some tea and catch up one of these days. Thank you for giving me another chance. Hold on, Melinda. I appreciate the gesture, like I said, but please know that all isn't forgiven and forgotten just yet. Unfortunately, you can't buy my forgiveness, but being thoughtful and getting us something we can actually use, that's a start. Of course, Ashley, I understand. Thank you so much for picking up my call. You two won't regret it. I'll make sure I'm on my best behavior. Melinda told us that she was on her way to drop the car at our house and give us the keys. And when she arrived in the Kia, I was so pumped. It was such a cute car, and she chose the orange color, which was my favorite. We chummed it up for a bit as best we could because things were a bit awkward still. Hunter and I were thanking her because buying someone a car is no small thing. She was very sheepish and cautious with everything, knowing that she was on thin ice already, so she kept the conversations calm and cute. She didn't overstay her welcome like she normally did. She even left a bit early, telling us she wanted to get out of our hair. But while she was here, she told me time and time again that I should go for a test drive. When I said that I would do it later, she was insisting I did it that moment. She told me that the car needed gas anyways and that I could just take it to the gas station real quick and come back. When I said that they should both come with me, for some reason she was saying that I should be the only one in the car. Ashley, this car is yours. You're the one who needs to break it in. I mean, you need a solo ride in it, you know. Oh, a solo ride sounds fun, but why don't we all go? We can all get some snacks at the gas station and come back here for... No, dear, don't worry about all that. You need to go, alone. Why does she need to go alone, Ma? It's already late. Why don't we do this tomorrow? Oh, come on. You don't want to drive it now. I thought you'd be a bit more appreciative. I am, trust me, but why are you being so weird about this? You know what? Forget I said anything. Sorry, you guys. I've just been a bit overwhelmed. You don't have to do it tonight, but Ashley, promise me that first thing in the morning you'll take it out for a test drive. For sure. I'll even send you pictures. Well then, I should be off. Already? What's new? I have some important business I need to tend to. Good night, you two. Take care. And Ashley, don't forget to test drive the car tomorrow, alone. Sure. Get home safe, okay? When Melinda got in her Uber and went home, Hunter and I talked about how weird she was being. I think it was all the excitement of getting a new car that made us not think about it too much, chalking up her behavior to her just being a bit awkward from how things ended last time. Although we were excited, we were both exhausted because we had super busy days, so Hunter and I agreed to go for a lovely scenic drive in the car the next day before stopping somewhere for brunch. When I woke up the next morning, I found Hunter gone. He left a note and told me that he had taken the car to get filled up on gas so that we could go straight for our lovely drive. He was always being such a gentleman, telling me that no woman should fill up her own tank, so I was used to him taking the car to get it filled up. So I was waiting for him to get back home when I got a call from him instead. Hey, babe, what's going on? Babe, we have a situation. I crashed the car. What? Are you okay? What the hell happened? I'm okay, babe. Don't worry. I managed to swerve into a tree. I wasn't going that fast, so I'm fine. Thank God for that. But what are you talking about? The same car that your mom gifted me yesterday? Yes, Ashley, keep up. I'm sorry, I'm just so shocked. I can't believe it. How did this happen? Was there someone acting crazy on the road? No, the roads were empty. It was the brakes. They weren't working. What? How is that even possible? That's not all. I checked and the brake pads are unscrewed. What? What does that mean? It means that whoever did this wanted someone dead. That's what that means. What? You can't be serious. Are you saying? Yep. And do you remember how she wanted only you to drive the car? No way. There's no way your mom would try and do that to me. I told you not to answer the call. That woman is not okay. What are we going to do? She needs to be reported for her crimes. What? You can't be serious. Ashley, she tried to kill you. Do you not see how serious this is? I hate that you're right. I'm just in so much shock right now. Let's get started. On what? On taking her down. Hunter and I decided that we needed to put that lady behind bars because Hunter was able to identify that the brake pads were loosened. We had a strong case against her, as well as all of the house camera footage of her yelling at me and treating me like crap in our home. I even took screenshots of some of our conversations so that the police could have enough evidence to arrest her. While Hunter was calling the police so that they could arrive at the scene, I was collecting as much evidence as I could. When I was done, I got in the other car and met him at the location he sent me. When I got there, I found Hunter and the police at the scene, and I told them my side of the story as well. The police told us that with all the evidence we had, as well as clearly seeing that the brakes had been tampered with, they had enough to arrest her. Hunter and I were so pissed, especially Hunter. I mean, that was his mom, and one wrong move and he could have died. We decided to drive to Melinda's house so that we could lead the police to her as well as witness her being taken down. Hunter was so pissed. He was muttering things under his breath the whole ride there. I decided to drive because I could tell he was really shaken up. I wanted blood. That woman was going to pay. When we arrived at Melinda's, she came outside because she could hear the police sirens. She asked what was going on, and both Hunter and I got out of the car. When she saw our faces, she immediately began to panic and tried to run for it. But she was too slow, and Hunter had caught up to her, and he had to hold his mother to prevent her from running. The police were arresting her and were reading her rights when she was sobbing. "How could you two do this to me?" "We should be the ones asking you that. What the hell is wrong with you?" "You thought we wouldn't find out?" "Hunter, please." "You're a horrible human being and you deserve nothing. You could have killed us." "Wait, I can explain." "Save it for the judge. We're going to sue you for everything you own and then send you to jail for attempted murder." "What? You can't do this to me. It was a mistake. I didn't mean to do it." "Like I said, save it for the judge." "Hunter, please, you're not going to send your own mother to jail, are you?" "I knew I should have never let you back into our lives. You're a sick woman. But don't worry, you'll fit right in with where you're heading." I couldn't believe that my mother-in-law was really willing to kill me, all because I told her to stop acting weird with her son. She seriously needed some help. I'm currently in the process of getting my money from the lawsuit, and she's set to stand trial in July, so we'll see what happens from there. She hasn't been granted bail, so every night she has to sleep on the cold, dark cell floor like the criminal she truly is. Serves her right.